The running back class has a few studs in it that many people really like in this draft class. Trey Benson, Jalen Wright, Jonathan Brooks, they're all incredible running back talents, but after those guys, there's a bit of a drop off. But I still think you can find some quality players down the board. The class isn't the deepest, but one guy who I'm a pretty big fan of is USC running back MarShawn Lloyd. A running back who people in the NFL draft community seem to be really high on, but the general consensus has yet to come around to him. Where does he ultimately end up getting selected in the 2024 NFL draft? That is what we will be going over in today's video. But hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment and let me know which players you guys want to see me talk about in a future video, and without further ado, let's get into it. Lloyd started his collegiate career with South Carolina. He was pretty productive for the Gamecocks, but when he was on the field, it never felt he was given a real opportunity to be a number one back. In 2022, Lloyd finished the season with 111 carries, 573 yards, and 9 touchdowns for South Carolina, which are pretty solid numbers. He also added some upside as a receiving back, as he finished with 176 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. After the season, Lloyd transferred to USC, and the national spotlight got to see him a little more. He finished the year with 820 yards on 116 carries with 9 touchdowns. Once again, he showed receiving upside as well, as he finished with 13 receptions for 232 yards, and after a solid Combine and Senior Bowl, Lloyd is a player who I think has some intriguing upside in the NFL. Lloyd has very good contact balance and is a pretty strong runner. He does a good job of staying on his feet and fighting for extra yardage. While he is a smaller running back, he runs a lot bigger than he is. He has a low center of gravity and moves very well. He does a good job of breaking tackles in the open field, and his testing numbers showed his strength at the Combine as well, as he finished with 25 reps on the bench. Lloyd also has some pretty solid quickness and lateral agility in the open field. He has some nice jukes he can break out, and despite running a 4.46, he moves a lot quicker than that. His top end speed is very good, and he's hard to bring down in the open field. He has great vision and patience as well, and he waits for the hole to open up, and from there, he jukes back and can hit that top speed. His top end speed is very intriguing to me. Age and injury history is something to monitor with Lloyd. He's 23 years old at the time of recording this, and he does have a pretty extensive injury history. He tore his ACL in 2020, he had a quad injury in 2022, and another undisclosed injury in 2023. His injury history is something that is concerning and could cause him to go later in the draft. Another area I want to see improve with Lloyd is his receiving ability. He is a good receiver, and he's shown some upside, but he shows some inconsistency in his hands. There are some drops on tape that I'm not super fond of, and while the upside is there, and his route running is above average, it is something I'm monitoring with Lloyd. Lastly, I think Lloyd could get better in pass protection as well. He has the strength, but I just felt that his blocking in the backfield was very up and down and inconsistent, and that's another area I want to see Lloyd improve on. Lloyd has some very nice big play ability due to his elusiveness in the open field and his top end speed. But the injury history and some inconsistencies in the pass game make him a tough player to evaluate. The middle of this running back class is so jumbled up, but I have MarShawn Lloyd as my number 7 running back. The upside is there. I think he can have a very nice and solid NFL career. Lloyd to me fits best in an outside zone running scheme. His ability to get to the outside and his elusiveness to break tackles in the open field make him a perfect fit for this scheme. He also would be asked to catch passes from time to time here. I think if he can stay healthy, he would be an excellent fit there. The receiving upside is there, and I think he's going to be a really good back if he can improve his hands. MarShawn Lloyd reminds me a lot of Chicago Bears' newly acquired running back, DeAndre Swift. They both are a bit smaller, but they have upside as receivers, are good through contact, and good at evading contact as well. Lloyd, I think, has got better vision than DeAndre Swift. I think Swift is a good back, but I think MarShawn Lloyd has a very similar ceiling in the NFL. MarShawn Lloyd excels through contact. He is a strong runner who has receiving upside. Despite the age and injury history, I believe that MarShawn Lloyd will be a 4th to 5th round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft.